Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to our space exploration playthrough. In this episode, we're going to continue working on our cargo rocket automation. We had some issues with scrap in the last episode, and those are still being dealt with. I've got everything going as fast as it can, and we still have 50,000 scrap in the network, so I do need to improve that overall setup, but at least we're processing through the scrap. We added some more storage containers that got filled up pretty quick. Hopefully, yeah, it looks like our material science has backed up for the time being, so I'm imagining our scrap production is slowed down. Let's find out what we've been looking at here. Yeah, so here's our scrap production over time. You can see we were producing quite a bit when we spiked there. And we're producing this scrap from the contaminated scrap usage. So we're not really producing any scrap right now, which is nice, and we're consuming 800 scrap per minute, which is gonna pretty slowly work through all of what I have, but it'll get there. And I believe we successfully automated our let's see, our Ogun launches, and then I think we mostly got there. Let's see, where did we leave off with the Horatum? No, we haven't done this yet. So we need to work on the Horatum launches. I believe we had kind of run out of cargo rocket parts. Those are slowly building back up. And I think we're ready to launch and then establish. Yeah. We're sending on channel 4, receiving on channel 5. So we're essentially ready to set up the signal transmission and receiving. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I guess I can get rid of that. If there's anything else I need to do before I launch. We are low on beryllium ore, but we're going to automate that soon. I think we'll probably be fine for now. Where's my... Let's see. Beryllium... I don't even remember what chest. Here's the chest. Yeah, we still have 1,000 ore and quite a few plates. This is totally full, and it stacks to 200, so that's 20,000 plates. So I think I'll be good for a little while on the beryllium ore. So let's go ahead and launch to the landing pad. Oh, never mind. We're not ready to launch. That's right. We're still waiting on cargo rocket sections. Right, because we're building up a lot of packed. Okay, so maybe what I'm going to do is we're going to reduce, just for now, I'm going to turn these sideways. It's the easiest way to turn them off. And we're going to take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll get 50, 100 sections back, and we'll take away a capsule. And we'll put all those back into the network. And then that way we can produce our cargo rocket parts a little faster. I might actually take these and unpack them, because I don't want to wait around forever here. So we'll just do it that way. And then we can fill up our rocket a little faster. Looks like this guy's still getting ready to launch as well, because he's got 1 million packed sections. So once it gets all saturated, I think we'll be okay. But the problem, like we talked about last time, is I sent, 200 or almost 500 cargo rocket parts to the planet, and then immediately wanted to fill it up with 500 more. So that's just a lot of cargo rocket parts. And we only use like 40, yeah, 40-ish per launch, but, to build up the overall stock, it takes a while. So I actually want this one to still be loading. So that should finish soon, I hope. And then we can launch to Horertum and get that going. And then we'll have this one that will deal with the asteroid belt. And then we'll need one more for the iridium mining automation. And then we will end up doing Vita Melange from this planet as well. So we'll end up needing some more circuits, I'm sure, at some point. And this is the landing pad that, or let's see, this one. This is the landing pad that Vita Melange will arrive on. So we'll maybe route that up here and do our Vita Melange processing somewhere over there. Using our wide area beacons, it shouldn't be too big of a setup. I think we looked at it before, and this is all we would need. Just 18 buildings total. Well, really 14 plus a beacon. So yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay, we're 84. We're almost there. So let's just for fun see how our scrap is doing. We're down to 48,000 scrap in storage and 20,000 contaminated. Looks like our copper plates are building up to more than they normally would be. I'm sure we'll use those. And then I do need to do something with this oil biosludge as well. I assume we'll deal with the biosludge once we automate bioscience, but I'm scared to do some researches because I can't handle all the scrap right now. So maybe I can do some researches that don't use material science. I honestly don't even want to waste the science because I'm never going to use this fast cooling recipe. It crafts a lot faster per thermofluid, but then you end up wasting 10% of it. So I can't imagine ever wanting that. Weapons delivery cannon is probably pretty sweet, but I don't think I'm going to research that just yet, but I assume I can bomb biters from other planets with that. Thruster suit I can't do because it costs material science. We're trying to avoid that at the moment. Rocket reusability is quite expensive. Maybe we'll go ahead and do this. Worker robot speed 5. We can afford it. It works. And we probably will need... I don't know. I think this hypercooling recipe is actually kind of a waste. It cools a little bit more of the fluid into the cool version, so it's a better ratio, so you end up spending less thermofluid, but then you spend Krynite slush. So, I don't know if that's worth it. I think that's pretty much all the research is. I guess we'll want to do the ones that are preparing for astronomic science too, because we want to work towards that. And then I think I'm just going to upgrade these to productivity 4. I think because of this beacon, these are going way faster than they originally were, so having these 6 being beacon overloaded is fine. I'm not worried about that. And then I should probably change these to use productivity 4s as well. And then we'll switch these to speed to compensate. Maybe I should do one more speed. Yeah, 0.7 is more than I was making earlier at higher productivity. Okay, let's see if our rocket's ready to launch. It is, thank goodness. So, we will go ahead and launch. Let's see if I'm forgetting anything. I'm just setting up the signal network, so I don't think I should need anything else. I really should have grabbed some of the red solar panels just to improve power on these planets a little bit, but too late now. We'll just go ahead and launch and see what happens. Okay. So we've arrived. These guys will do the unloading. I accidentally sent some things here that I can't remember what happened, but there's a lot of weird items. Which is fine. And we'll drop some more logistic spots. They'll die eventually, so we don't want to run out. And then we need to think about if the cryonite is low, then we want to send a rocket. I'm trying to remember how I did it on Ogun, so we're going to try to copy that. So we have the transmitter. Oh, that's what calls for the other rocket. So then it's on Navis. Trying to remember what we set up as the condition to send it. I want to try to be a little bit consistent. It was this rocket. And I'm not seeing anything set up at all. Thought I did. It was this one. Yeah, so we send a green request signal. But then did I ever receive the signal? Oh, here it is. Okay. Couldn't see that cable connected there. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we are... Huh. We're still not... Oh dear. That's connected to this... Oh, it's just connected to the landing pad. Okay, that's okay. Oh, it was over here we were receiving the signal. And it looks like I haven't hooked that up. Signal 3. Looks like we're fixing what we did in the last episode. Yeah, that's channel 3. So I need channel 3. That is the green signal. So this needs to be attached to this pylon, which I think I never did. So then that can relay the green signal along this wire to here, to here, to here, to here. Perfect. And launch on green signal when fuel full. Okay. So when we send the green signal, this rocket will launch to Ogun. And we basically want to do the same thing here. So if I run out of cargo rocket sections, which we are unpacking, and we actually need more storage here. So that way we can unpack all the sections that we receive. No reason to have packed sections here. And this also needs to be a provider chest. Okay. So we have lots of cargo rocket parts in this network. And we will have a simple signal transmitter tied in to our logistics network with a decider combinator. Tie this in, and then this says if cargo rocket section is less than 50, we want to output the green signal. So if we drop below 50, we'll send a new rocket. And then we also want to do the arithmetic combinator. And this will do the same thing we did before, where we add in the results of packed sections times 5 for the regular cargo rocket section. So that way we're accounting for... Oh yeah, this needs to be channel... Is it 5? What am I receiving on? I'm receiving on channel 5. Yeah. So on channel 5, we want to output green if cargo rocket section is less than 50 based on the logistic network contents. So there will be a little bit of delay, but I assume this will finish unloading into storage long before the new rocket would be ready. So I think we're okay in terms of we're not going to accidentally double send a rocket, because these will unload first. So I think I can power this up. And that will send a rocket if we run out of cargo rocket sections. Perfect. Okay. So then we simply need a receiver that will, when the request gets to a certain amount, send a new rocket. This is receiving on, I believe it was 4. Yeah, we're sending on 4. And again, it takes a hot second for these to fuel up and insert the 100 parts. But the problem is we want to read the contents of Cryonite as well as the landing pad, because the landing pad takes a little bit to unload. So if I send 40,000 Cryonite, it'll only be inserting, 90 per second into this chest, so it'll still think it's missing a lot of Cryonite by the time it lands. So we actually want to move... We want to move this to maybe be over here and connected to the Cryonite network. And of course, okay, it does look like I actually have this in the network, so that's good. And I think we'll actually just send... This is the wrong network, it's this one. So this is connected. So this is my current stock of Cryonite, essentially. Because it's combining the warehouse and the chest. And we can just deconstruct that. And we said we want to send it on channel 4? Or was it 5? Let's see. It was channel 4. Yep. So on channel 4, this is our stock of Cryonite incoming, and we just need a decider combinator. And you may have noticed that I can't make up my mind whether I want to send the green signal or send the thing that causes the green signal. Clearly, I haven't decided. But we are going to decide if Cryonite is less than 5,000, then we will output... Yeah, and we're inputting a whole lot of things. We're inputting the entire logistics storage. I don't think we should be doing that. And it looks like we're doubling down on Cryonite. Okay, what's happening? Can never find the right button. So in Navis, we're sending... Okay, yeah, we just need to deconstruct this. This one's not necessary. And then that should fix what we're... Yeah, now we're just receiving the 44,000 Cryonite, which is what we have available. So then if that drops below 5,000, we will send a green signal. And then... Gosh, I'm having this thought. While I'm here, should I start mining some Vita Melange? I mean... I don't think I have all the belts and such that are necessary, but let's go take a look if it requires any sort of liquid. Nope, we just mine it, and the mining time, it looks like, is normal. It doesn't say mining time 200 or 300, so should be pretty quick to mine all of that. Okay. So we're still missing some storage space. I'm going to make a few strong boxes here. These cargo rocket sections take up a ton of space. So that should do it. Yeah, we have 638 cargo rocket parts. And then I also, it looks like, have not set up unbarreling all those fuel, which I think I accidentally brought here. So we are going to top up here. And we're going to add a few more storage tanks. And we'll maybe put a pump here for maximum. Actually, I don't want it to fill too fast. Maybe that's helpful if it slows down. But in any case, we want to unbarrel all of the rocket fuel that I accidentally brought. So we'll do this, request, provide, and just get rid of all that. Oh, look, I already did that right here and just didn't have pipes. Well, that was just a steel chest. Now we have 2. Okay. Oops. Well, there we go. Oh yeah, I forgot I tapped this other Krynite mine as well. We've got both of them tapped, so that should last me probably forever. Okay, so this is all set up to launch back home. It's only set to fill to 42,000 Krynite. I probably should connect... Yeah, because this is eventually going to be handling... What's it called? Vitamelange. We're not going to want to just fill it with Krynite. So we're going to connect the amount of Krynite we have here. Cryonite. We'll multiply it by -1. Oh, this is the wrong kind of combinator. We need arithmetic. We'll make some more of everything. So arithmetic combinator, red wire, Krynite times -1. And we'll output Krynite. And then we'll connect that to our rocket pad silo and to the Miniloader. And then we can see, sometimes you have to connect it to a power pole to see what's actually in the network. Let's see. That doesn't seem right. That shouldn't say 42,000. Because it should be adding the Krynite in this silo to the Krynite being sent by the receiver, which it looks like is 44,000, so it should be just showing 2,000 Krynite. Krynite rod times -1 Krynite. Is for some reason this not registering? Is it because of the red cable? Yeah, that's weird. It's not showing. Is it because we don't have electricity? Do signal receivers not work with red cables? Do I need to connect these with a green cable, I guess? I honestly have no idea. Let's try a green cable. Yeah, there we go. Huh. Don't totally understand what was going on there. But now, This is way too much. Kyanite rod is... So wait, we want to insert... Okay, so we're taking what we have on the other planet as a negative, adding it to what we have here. So we essentially... Let's see. This is way more confusing than it should be for someone who majored in math. Sometimes these things feel like you're under pressure. Okay, so we have Kyanite, and we can hold up to about 50,000. So the Kyanite here, let's say it's only 10,000, then it'll be showing negative 10,000 on the other one. And so we would want the final amount to register as negative 10,000. Yeah, I think I've done this incorrectly. We actually don't want to multiply by -1. We just want to connect it up and add them together. So that will do the green signal. We also just want to connect this up and add it together. And I don't think I need the red cable in the first place here. We'll just hook this up with the green cable. And I unhooked it. It's like, there we go. So yeah, we just want the combined Kyanite to be less than 50,000, we'll call it. There we go. That's actually the way we want it, is just add them together. No need for subtracting because it's not a request. It's actually just measuring the amount we have. Okay, we've unloaded everything. I'm going to make yet another storage chest just to make sure we have room in our storage network for things. I'll even drop a few extra things. Oh, of course, I need to turn off logistics first. We'll drop in a little bit of everything, just in case I need to do some long distance construction. Okay, that should be fine. So, unfortunately, we don't have space for all of this Kyanite. I guess we're just going to have to put it in. That's what I did last time, put them in those storage chests by hand, because I don't have any other way of getting home. And we want... or rare... no. Yeah, or airtime shipment receiving, launch trigger, green signal when fuel full. That should do it, and we'll go ahead and launch. Alright, this is, I think, going pretty well, actually. And the idea behind automating all this is that we can just not have to think about all these resources, and we can just focus on the new sciences and building those and getting those taken care of. So I'm going to do the thing where I keep logistics off. I place some chests. I get rid of all my inventory. And then I use this to get rid of all this Kyanite. Which is a lot of Kyanite. More than we have room for. So we need... steel. Okay. There we go. Get rid of all my Kyanite. Take the rest. Get rid of it. Perfect. Turn our logistics back on. So now we have 87,000 cryonite. That will last us for a long, long, long time. And it looks like we've finally built up some cargo rocket sections. So I'm going to let this run wild again. And I've made some sort of mistake here. This will fill up to 48. So this needs to be only if it's greater than 50. I think I changed the limits. So why is it still inserting? Oh, there we go. Okay. Something was fishy there, but I'm not sure what. Now it's... Because it should be requesting the cargo rocket sections essentially from active providers and storage chests first. I still didn't get all of this, apparently. So that way, it'll request all of those things first, but this will only actually end up putting sections onto the belt if we have more than 50 in the network. But if we have more than 50 in the network, why is it not requested? Maybe I have some more passive providers? They should all be active providers or storage. This should be the only place where I'm passively providing the single cargo rocket sections. So something is off here. I'm going to change this to 60. It's still going. Cargo. We have 106 of them. Where are they? They're over here in storage, but why weren't they being taken from storage first? I'm a little confused on kind of that whole process. Like, why were they being taken? Because this is how it should be working. Why were they being taken from here to satisfy this requester's delivery? I'm not entirely certain. They should be taken from other places first. Huh. Maybe I don't fully understand. See, they're doing it again. Why are they picking up from here? We have plenty in storage. At least I thought we did. It still says we have 100 in storage. I have no idea what to do with this. This feels like a glitch. Or I've wired something to work differently than it should. Because this is claiming we have 100 cargo rocket sections in the network. 48 of them are here, but where are the rest? Is there some in storage? Unfortunately, my storage chests are kind of all over the place, but I don't see any in any of these. These are active providers. I think at all the landing pads we have active providers providing cargo rocket parts. Huh. None of those have cargo rocket parts. Something's fishy, but I don't know what. So I must have a passive provider somewhere that has a bunch of cargo rocket parts in it. I think that's what's causing this, but I just don't know where that would be, because I was under the impression I only had one passive provider for cargo rocket parts. So somewhere there's other cargo rocket parts, and that's kind of messing up this whole system. Or again, I've made a different mistake that I'm not seeing. So I think what I'm going to do for now, because I don't know how else to fix this, is just say if we're greater than 105, because that's currently what I have. Cargo rocket section 105. I guess I have another idea. What I could do is just request all of them and see where they come from. Cargo rocket section 400. And see where... Oh... Okay, so I was right, in a way. There was a passive provider. It was these, because these are not filtered. Miniloaders. That answers the question. Okay. Well, at least I'm not crazy. I did make a mistake, but it was the type of mistake I thought it was. Okay, so then... Now we have way too many. So I will put these in storage. Which I need a few more of. And then I will change this back to 50, maybe 55. But now it should be taking from these first to refill this chest. Okay. I think we fixed that problem. Oh dear. Oh wait, no, that's good. Our vulcanite blocks were low. Look at that. Beautiful. Our automation did exactly what it was supposed to do. And we received vulcanite and holmanite. And we received just the amount of holmanite we needed. This is correctly unloading the, what's it called? Cargo rocket parts. So, we're saturating that belt. Beautiful. Okay. Nice. That all seems to be functioning the way it should. So now I'm going to copy this whole setup and paste. I'm going to figure out something else for this sulfuric acid. So this can be nearby. Give it a little bit of space, but kind of like the way that looks. And then the fuel. Connect it up. And then we need a pylon. Beautiful. And this sulfuric acid, what? This is the sulfuric acid chain that goes to my uranium. So this does need to stay hooked up to wherever it was coming from. Just down here. Oh no, what am I doing? This is bad. Oh shoot. Abort. That's on channel 1. That needs to be something else. Shoot. Okay. We will fix this. So, I just realized I shouldn't copy-paste designs with signal receivers because the first signal it will receive is the one from our orbit. So I'm going to change that to a provider. and now the bots will come take everything out. So in the future, maybe we should change our orbit signal to not transmitting on 1. Maybe we should have the channel 1 a blank channel so that we don't have that happen again. And then this needed some sulfuric acid. Or no, okay, so I was bringing in the sulfuric acid from the base. So we'll actually just leave it that way. And then we'll use the sulfuric acid from my plastic production and batteries to supply my uranium mines, because that's such a small need for acid. Okay, well, let's unload our inventory. Yet again. Not the first time we've done this. Turn off logistics. Dump everything. Take everything. Of course, those are still running. Okay. So that's empty. We'll let the bots take everything out. Which is going to take a second, because now they're all out of power. But okay, we'll get that figured out. This, we've changed to channel 6, which is good. And the transmitter for that one needs to go near our... This is for beryllium. So I guess I'll transmit based on ore rather than plates, which is over here. And again, I think we can just remove the alarm altogether. And we're adding together the amount of ore. And this needs to be filter. I just learned that lesson the hard way. Beryllium ore. Asteroid Belt 1 shipment receiving. Yep, this is the beryllium one. So then we will basically be getting all of our beryllium contents minus whatever's on the belts sent to channel 7. And we'll connect that up. And then channel 6 is receiving the go signal from the asteroid belt. So then we do want to switch this to a requester chest again. We just don't have any requests currently. These can begin filling the rocket again. Okay, so we need enough fuel for 5 launches. So 3270 times 5. 32.7k times 5. So we need 163,000. If I'm remembering correctly, vulcanite blocks produce... that's my iridium. I don't know where that calculation got off to. Is it this one? Not really. But I'm pretty sure 100 vulcanite blocks makes about 1,000 fuel. So if I need 163,000 fuel, I need 163 stacks of vulcanite. So then when we send all these resources for 5 rocket launches, we need to also send 163,000. Or 16.3 thousand vulcanite blocks. Set requests. But we do need the times -1. Each times -1. Output each. And add that into the requests. Otherwise, we're requesting way too much. It's going down? Yeah, okay. Okay. That should do it. So whenever this gets green signal to launch, it will take the fuel. The sections. Oh, well, we can't use productivity in space, so maybe I shouldn't send vulcanite blocks. I think it's still denser than rocket fuel, though, right? Rocket fuel, you only get 500 per square. Vulcanite blocks, you get... Let's see. Vulcanite blocks, you get 12.5 solid rocket fuel per stack. So yeah, that's actually still better. It's not as productive, but it's denser. Maybe I should just be sending the barrels of fuel then. But if I send barrels of fuel, then I have to bring steel back or deal with the steel in space. So maybe just sending the solid rocket fuel would be best, because we have enough stacks. I don't know. At this point, I've already decided. So once this fills up, we'll launch into space. We do need to bring some fuel processing because we don't have that in space yet. For our asteroid belt, fuel processing, we'll get 4. And then we can plop down some more solar panels if we need them. We have a beacon if we need it. It might take a little bit more scaffolding. Okay. My little delivery bots bringing me things. Good little minions. Constant combinator we need in the network. But yeah, we're ready to launch. So let's go ahead and get that done. We do need a receiver and a sender, but we have enough to craft everything, so let's do it. We're going to Asteroid Belt 1, Beryllium mining site. Oh, need a bit more fuel first. So this cargo rocket automation is definitely taking some time. I think next time, if I go to another planet, I will kind of set this up on the front end rather than going back and doing it. I've wasted a lot of cargo rocket parts and trips setting this all up. It wouldn't have been that hard to set up. I think I didn't fully know kind of what I needed to do for that. So hindsight's 20/20. Okay, so we have landed. Right, okay, so that's just unloading everything into a passive provider, which should have enough space for everything. Then we need to unpack rocket parts. And provide those back into the network. Cargo rocket section, unpacking. Okay. And then we need plenty of storage. Okay, that should be enough storage, I think. And then we'll use this little asteroid. We'll place down some more solar because we'll need it for the fuel refineries. I'm not being super careful there. So those produce 100 kilowatts each. So 50 is 5 megawatts, essentially, that I just added into the system. And then... Okay, so we've got our ore. So let's scaffold a bit here for our fuel. So then we've got fuel refineries here. Vulcanite into rocket fuel, or no. Vulcanite blocks into solid fuel into liquid fuel, and liquid fuel to be connected with space pipes. And we need storage tanks here. I think 3 should be plenty. Okay, and then we need a requester for vulcanite blocks. And then by default, these already go at 100. Can't use productivity in space, so I will just put 2 speed and an efficiency. Oops. Right, that changes the recipe too. Okay, so that should be able to handle all of our needs. And maybe we do this. And we have vulcanite blocks, because this is a large volume and I'm worried about bots crashing. So I think what I'm going to do is actually transport this via belt. And then I won't have bots transporting huge amounts of vulcanite. And so now we need a receiver. And this will transmit when to send beryllium. And then these should be wired. No, you know what? We just want to fill this with beryllium. Yeah, completely. Although we do need space for cargo rocket parts, we don't want to mess that up. So we will say the condition is that the empty slots, which is E, is at least greater than 2. So we won't accidentally overfill. But yeah, I'll only ever be sending 1 resource home, so I don't really need to worry about calculating the beryllium amounts. It will always send about 50,000 beryllium. This is receiving, I believe it was channel 6 or 7. Let's find out. Okay, it's this one. Where is it? Here. So that's just sending the beryllium amount. Okay. So then, and I didn't check the channel. 7. Okay, so then I receive on channel 7. And then we need a decider combinator. And if beryllium ore is less than, we'll say 5,000, then we output the green signal, which it currently is doing, so I'm not going to hook that up until I'm ready to fly home. And then we need a sender signal transmitter. And he needs to be connected to the logistics network. And if cargo, and then we need to do that thing again with the arithmetic combinator. I should probably blueprint this at this point, where it takes the amount and adds it back in of packed sections. Packed cargo rocket sections times 5. Output as regular cargo rocket sections. That way we have an accurate count. And then we're actually going to send the green signal, and this is for channel 6, I believe. Want to double check that. Don't want to send the wrong rocket. Channel 6. That one was channel 5, and the sender for that one was channel 4. Yeah, okay. So channel 6 is open. So we will have a decider combinator. And I definitely can see a world where this ends up being a bad thing because I'm going to have too many cargo rocket parts or not enough capsules. So I really should be requesting a specific number of cargo rocket parts and capsules so that it's always fitting the demand. So I may have to modify some of these things later again, but at least this is going to be fairly accurate because I don't see myself doing a ton more of the rocket reusability research. So if it's less than 50, we output green. And then we hook that up to channel 6. And I think that will do it. We have 508 parts. And 4 more capsules, so we should be good for quite a while on beryllium, if all of this automation is correct. I'm going to hop in, and then we're going to hook up our launch, and it should launch automatically. Oh, no landing pads found matching name. We changed our destination name, so there we go. Here we go. That worked. All right. So I think that is pretty much all we're going to have to do. I think I'll just go ahead and do the next one off screen. It's not going to be really any more interesting. It's just iridite. So I'm going to do the exact same setup that I just did for beryllium. I'm just going to copy paste that one more time, set up all the same types of signals. We'll just be reading the iridium ore this time, which I can't remember where it's up here, I think, is the landing pad for that. So this is where the signal transmitter will be. And then we'll set up all the same ideas. So these two will be sending, channel 8. We'll send the green signal when this falls below a certain amount, yada yada. So nothing too crazy, but hopefully this should take a lot of the pressure off as we kind of play the rest of the game, and we can continue automating some more of the sciences. And I'd really like to get to spaceships. I have no idea how long that's going to take. Spaceship. So it looks like we need Astronomic Science Pack 3 to even research it. And I imagine there will be, kind of with the way this mod pack works, there's not a whole lot we can do with it. At the very beginning, it's kind of weak, but we can work towards that. I'd like to get that far for sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play this mod pack long enough to get to all 4 Science Pack 4s plus Deep Space, get these super fast belts. This mod pack is huge. I've seen stories of some people that have played it for well over 1,000 hours. We are only about 60, 62 hours or something in 61. So I don't know if we're gonna make it to 1,000. I get burnout with especially long playthroughs and stuff. So I've definitely been enjoying this, but I'm not sure totally how far we'll go. I am curious if you have thoughts about other mod packs you'd potentially like to see, or even other games that you'd like to see. I do enjoy a lot of games in this genre. Oxygen Not Included is one that I've played a lot of. City Skylines I've played before. Kerbal Space Program, Autonauts. There's a lot of games in the more kind of strategy management world that I enjoy a lot. So if you have any other interests in a potential playthrough or let's play of other games, let me know what games you might like to see in the future, and I'll definitely consider it. But I plan to continue this space exploration for at least another good while. I'm not going to call it quits just yet, but if you're hoping to really get to, all these technologies here at the end, I'm not sure if I'll make it that far. I'd like to. Maybe someday we'll pick it back up after we call it quits, but there's still a lot left for us to see and do that would take a lot more time to get to. So we'll just see how far we get, but I'm going to call it quits for now on this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.